Hello everyone, welcome back to Omegon 2 Electric Boogaloo. We're going to start the new year strong. We're going to start with a response video. We're also starting by dressing a little different. Yes, for 2023, I thought, I look good in a uniform, fuck all you, I'm wearing a costume, alright? The video we are going to be responded to was tweeted out by libs of TikTok, who get all the funny videos, with a tweet titled, "Looting and stealing during a blizzard is fine, cause white people stole this land." She also calls white people MAYO monsters. I'm not sure how I feel about this, but I'm intrigued enough to have a look. We'll look at some of the replies, perhaps to the tweet itself later as well, depending on how long this video runs for. I know Omegon's going to stretch this one out. Get wrecked. Do smash the like, and I'll end your suffering sooner.
So I live in Buffalo. This is a 33. This is my car that's been buried in all of this snow since last week. And this is outside my granny's house. A tree that's been there since my aunt was a child.
Oh, is this the part where we do a weird flex moment type situation? Okay, here's a pair of headphones that I never wear on a headphone stand thing rack that I 3D printed. Here is a cookie jar, and here is a salt lamp. Now, as we all know, this is a prelude to what is the white problem, which of course snow is entirely the fault of the white people. Might I recommend a white man's invention, Mr. Plow from The Simpsons. If you know the song, sing it along, have a bit of fun. Or, if you don't like snow that much, I highly recommend relocating to another part of your country where snow is not as prevalent. You might find with that your car is not buried, and if there are any trees in slightly warmer climates, they might not be on their side. They might even be upright and on fire. That's what trees are meant to do, right?
Safe to say that it's a show out there, right? Here go y'all cum goblins who don't even live in the city. Which, by the way, the Q-tip people are the last ones to ever talk about somebody stealing anything.
Do you ever sit there and just write down what you want to say before you say it? Because sometimes I have been informed reliably. By doing so, one can articulate a coherent thought without it seeming like a massive reach from somebody who is possibly a smidge stunted. Some of y'all cum goblins don't even live in the city. I don't know what that means, but I did understand the Q-tip part. Now that's interesting. What I've often loved about people who push for racial equity and equality is that a lot of them will use racially aggravating language or aggressive language to make their point, proving the point that civility is not what you're really after, which, by the way, would be a consequence, a positive one, of treating everyone the same. But as you have a grander, more prophetic and philosophical point to make, I should go back slightly, play it back, and then the next sentence to get the context.
The Q-tip people are the last ones to ever talk about somebody stealing anything. Y'all wouldn't be in this country had it not been for y'all stealing it. Yes,
many countries have been stolen from other countries. Empires have risen, empires have fallen. Command and Conquer 101. Many of these total war games, if you've ever played them, or Age of Empires, revolves around conquering land. I preferred Stronghold myself. But already I have to then say, while your ancestors, some were brought to the country, sold by others and brought to America, by being there, are you not surely also a thief because you are somewhere you shouldn't be? I'm going to be pedantic about this, because I find it quite fascinating that it seems to be one rule for me so I can attack thee.
So y'all are more focused on people looting and trying to get necessities and things that they need. And yes, a TV is a necessity. Thank you.
Your jump cuts are forcing me to make rather weird edits. And no, a TV is not an effing necessity. A TV is a luxury. In fact, most of the convenient items that you could list off are luxuries. Necessity is home, energy, food. Those are necessities. If you want to be that person, that is what it is. You can argue the furniture in your home, but the quality of it is the luxury aspect. It can be argued to be a necessity. The clothes on your back are a necessity. Medicine, a necessity. A television is definitely not that, and you can never justify looting, ever.
Then the people who are literally freezing to death in their own home, freezing to death outside, because this city did not shut down the way it should have.
This video took a swerve that I didn't expect. I had heard rumors of vast snowstorms hitting some places, and how areas were not as, let's say, active in shutting down. But that almost implies that at this time of year, the government should be mandating when you should or should not be at home, which is a very strange thing to want in the land of the free, don't you think? Hell, the very idea of a lockdown was rather contested by many who did not agree with the idea of having a government have that much power over you that determined whether or not you should be at home or how long you were at home for. It's a bit of a reach, and in America of all places, not something one should seek to do. In states, they do declare a state of emergency when weathers get too extreme. Fully, they do. How do you prepare for that? The onus is on the individual to prepare for it. But that is just me blaming the individual for not being smart enough to get home sooner. Of course, I've only got hindsight to work with, and I live in the United Kingdom. We have so much as one leaf on the train tracks and the entire national rail goes down.
Byron Brown want to get on here and talk about, we told y'all, we knew this was going to happen, but why didn't you close businesses when you should have? Why you got everybody rushing home at noon when the storm is starting, and now people are literally dying in their cars because they can't see?
I'm going to go out on a limb and surmise the reason things weren't shut down sooner is because they would have wanted to try and keep things open for as long as possible, to offer everyone the opportunity to make sure they had everything that they needed. It is but a guess. There were always going to be, and you'll find it very hard for there ever to be a time where there won't be a casualty in these instances of really bad weather. It's just not going to happen. And I think, and I've often taken this stance, if all you do is seek to blame for what happens, when these systems are in place, then chances are you're not as interested in thinking of how we can make it better, how we can do better. Don't forget here, if all you ever do in life is get everything right, you are never going to understand what it feels like to get it wrong and improve, instead believing you exist solely on a high horse. I'm not excusing the mistakes made, only that mistakes have to happen to be better and improve. Again though, I'm not entirely sure how you do improve in any discernible way when it comes to curtailing individuals' freedoms.
And yeah, it was that fucking bad. I went out like at 8 o'clock in the morning before it started, and by the time I got out of Wegmans, right, it was like maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock. And it was fucking bad. And that was just the beginning of the storm. So if you don't live in Buffalo, even if you do live in Buffalo, you feel like you're better than because people are out here stealing. And
oh, so here we finally have the context. The context is horrendous storm Buffalo. So because of issues getting supplies, people are taken to looting. Apparently this is only one race doing it, and the whiteys are looking down on it. Those pesky crackers. How dare those Q-tips do that? One should let the homies get what they need. Their valuable necessity supplies, like televisions, PlayStation 5s, and of course, flashlights. Are we going to add do-rags to that list as well by chance? Now that aside, I've always taken this stance because I'm English, we like a bloody good queue. If you work hard, work together, help each other, you will be in and out a lot faster. If you choose not to help everyone else, you choose to only think of yourself, chances are you might get out and get out alive, but if you have problems in the future, they're going to throw you under the bus at the very first opportunity. I see it all the time. It is usually from people who live near London coming down to where I live for holidays. It's impressive how much of a dickbag they can be. So we, the locals, who go to the local shops for local people, there's nothing for you Londoners here. We don't show them any ounce of courtesy, but we'll show each other the same because we know we're there for each other. It's called community. And no amount of poxy weather will ever justify looting.
Ugh, you would never. First of all, if you are a Mayo monster, that is how your ancestors got everything, from stealing. People are out here trying to get toilet paper. People are out here trying to get, just small little food from Family fucking Dollar, and y'all gotta fuck capitalism. Steal everything that you need, babe. Because at the end of the day, this city continuously fails us whenever we have any type of emergency. Byron, do better, bitch.
I don't suppose you have a criminal record, do you? Is your criminal record for being a communist, seizing the means of production, or just stealing from businesses because hungry? And because obviously owning anything is wrong, and so you stealing it is okay, because the Mayo monsters in the closet, of course, under the bed and between the floorboards, in the drywall, they are the root cause of this issue and total justification. It is reparations, everyone. It is reparations. Please do not take the advice of this dipshit. There is no justification to loot it will only end with you in a warm cell, but with a criminal record that could harm your future. While I will admit, this rather uncomfortable weather is not ideal for the best of people. I fully understand that. You either make the best of what you have, or you work harder to ensure your survival. I'm not pushing the idea of survival of the fittest, because I don't think any one of you deserves it. No lives matter is my mantra, and I'm going to stand firmly by it. Consider those that survive this weather winners of the Darwin Awards. Congratulations, you can evolve to your final form, which will be somebody with tennis shoes strapped to their feet. Congratulations, your MAYO Monster Chew. So to some of the tweets, because I think it's right to include them to stretch this video out. This attitude will not work if you substitute hurricane for blizzard. In Florida, looting is bad for your health. Put that on my tomb, MAYO Monsters. Ilhan Omar vibes. So we are 100% sure this is real, and not someone doing these videos to keep things stirred up. I don't see any of those freezing people in her warm house. The fact these people are openly racist and mainstream media ignores it should say a lot about what's going on. And my personal favourite, all I can say from Ginger Ninja, please do not reproduce.